Star Trek TJU, Episode 4, The Enigma of the Nebula. Internal, Deep Space Nine, Operations Center Day. The crew of Deep Space Nine, including Captain Sisko, Major Kira, and Odo, are gathered around a table studying a holographic map of a nebula.
We've received distress signals from multiple ships disappearing near this nebula. We need to investigate.
The nebula's electromagnetic interference is likely the cause. It's imperative we find a way to navigate through it safely. Interior, runabout, Rio Grande cockpit day. Tim and James, two skilled podcasters, are piloting the runabout Rio Grande. They receive a transmission from Deep Space Nine.
It's just Rio Grande, by the way. Tim.
Oh, Rio Grande.
Yeah. Tim, James, we need you to join us on this mission. Your expertise may be crucial in navigating the nebula. Understood, Captain. We'll rendezvous with you at the nebula's coordinates.
We're not having a good day so far.
I got an email notification that I was also reading that.
Interior, Deep Space Nine, cargo bay, day. Tim and James arrive on Deep Space Nine, greeted by Captain Sisko, Major Kira, and Odo.
Welcome back, Tim and James. We need you to analyze the data we've gathered on the disappearing ships.
Certainly, Captain. We'll do our best to help. Interior, Deep Space Nine, Science Lab, day. Tim and James join Jadzia Dax in the lab studying the collected data.
The ship's disappearance pattern suggests they were caught in intense gravitational anomalies within the nebula. But why? I believe the nebula's magnetic field is affecting the ship's navigation systems. We should recalibrate their sensors accordingly.
And we can enhance the ship's shielding to withstand the gravitational forces.
Excellent suggestions. Let's implement those changes immediately. God, we're so smart. I was just about to say that.
Interior, runabout, Rio Grande, cockpit, day. Tim and James, accompanied by Jadzia Dax, board the Rio Grande, equipped with podcasting equipment and the necessary modifications.
Fucking equipment.
I added that.
Oh, God damn it. All right, Dax. Let's put those modifications to the test.
Interior, nebula, space. The Rio Grande cautiously enters the nebula, navigating through the dense particles and shimmering energies. Interior, runabout, Rio Grande, cockpit, day. The modified sensors and shields hold up, allowing the Rio Grande to penetrate deeper into the nebula. Tim, I'm detecting an energy distortion ahead. It could be responsible for the ship's disappearances.
Let's investigate. Dax, can you analyze the distortion's composition? Working on it.
Interior, runabout, Rio Grande, science station, day. Dax analyzes the energy distortion while Tim and James keep the runabout steady.
Fascinating. The distortion seems to be a subspace anomaly, emitting tachyon particles. Tachyons? That explains the disruptions in our sensors. Can we neutralize the anomaly? I believe so. Adjusting the deflector array to emit an inverse tachyon pulse should stabilize. There's a lot of technobabble in this, and I am enjoying it. Adjusting the deflector array to emit an intense tachyon pulse should stabilize it.
Interior, runabout, Rio Grande, cockpit, day. Tim and James align the deflector array, charging it for the Charging it for the inverse tachyon pulse.
Ready when you are, Dax. Fire!
The runabout emits the inverse tachyon pulse, hitting the energy distortion. Interior, nebula, space. The energy distortion destabilizes, dissipating into harmless particles. Interior, runabout, Rio Grande, cockpit, day. The Rio Grande sensors reveal a clear path through the nebula as the energy distortions dissolve. It worked! The distortion has dissipated, and our sensors are functioning optimally.
Let's inform Deep Space Nine and guide them through the cleared path.
Interior, Deep Space Nine, Operations Center, day. On the main view screen, Captain Sisko, Kira, Odo, and the crew observe the Rio Grande's progress.
Tim, James, excellent work. We're following your lead. Keep guiding us through the nebula.
Interior runabout Rio Grande cockpit day. Tim and James maintain a steady course, relaying navigation instructions to Deep Space Nine.
Adjust your heading by 15 degrees to starboard, Captain. There's another potential energy disturbance ahead.
Interior Deep Space Nine's Operations Center day. Captain Sisko follows Tim's guidance, skillfully maneuvering Deep Space Nine through the nebula. Interior runabout Rio Grande cockpit day. Great job, Captain. We're almost through the nebula.
Are we navigating the station through a nebula?
Buddy,
Did we say it?
Buddy, forgot last episode. We were somewhere else, remember?
I thought we moved it. All right.
I don't remember.
Hold on. I'm detecting a faint distress signal. It's coming from a stranded ship.
Interior Deep Space Nine's Operations Center day.
We can't leave them stranded. Set a course and let's rescue them.
Interior runabout Rio Grande cockpit day. The Rio Grande alters its course towards the stranded ship, navigating through the final stretch of the nebula. Interior stranded ship bridge day. The Rio Grande arrives at the stranded ship, docking and connecting in an airlock. Interior stranded ship airlock day. Tim, James, and a team of Deep Space Nine crew members enter the stranded ship, locating its distressed crew.
We're here to assist. We'll get you back to safety.
Interior Deep Space Nine cargo bay. The stranded ship's crew is safely transferred to Deep Space Nine, and the Rio Grande returns as well. Interior Deep Space Nine Operations Center. Captain Sisko, Tim, and James stand together looking at the now stable view screen.
Can you imagine? Thanks to Tim, James, and their expertise, we've successfully navigated the nebula and rescued the stranded crew. It was a team effort, Captain. We were honored to assist.
Indeed, it was a challenging mission, but we prevailed.
Your contributions were invaluable. Deep Space Nine is fortunate to have such skilled podcasters on board.
Interior, Deep Space Nine, Promenade Day. Tim and James podcast together, reflecting on their adventure.
God damn it. It's like your fucking favorite. Another mission accomplished, James. The crew of Deep Space Nine can always count on us.
Indeed, Tim. It was a privilege to work alongside them and be a part of these incredible journeys. They continue podcasting, ready to face whatever mysteries and challenges await them in the depths of space. Fade out. So, the prompt I put in was write me a script, episode of Deep Space Nine, where Tim and James help Deep Space Nine solve a mystery, and then it spit that out. And then I said, continue, and it spit out the other half. Nice, short, good episode. As you were popping off with all the techno babble, so obviously it was a pretty good script.
That's my favorite part. I love when Star Trek is just the crew, just spitting out techno. The actors hate it, but yeah. I love it. It was like New Trek doesn't do that a whole lot. But actually, if they do, they make it really immature. Like, you've probably seen all the clips where they're like, yeah, I love science, or like, fuck yeah, math. Like, they legitimately do that. They do these exclamations, like, you're a Starfleet officer. You don't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of technobabble in this. That's what I've been wanting to get ChatGPT to create, is just long dialogue scenes of all this just hard to say shit. And we've taken a step towards that here with this.
Here it finally was, buddy.
I know, yeah. I want to figure out a way to I want an entire episode of just impossible to say dialogue.
That was literally all I said, was just Tim, write me a script for Deep Space Nine. Tim and James help Deep Space Nine solve a mystery, and then it spewed out all that Enigma of the Nebula and all the technobabble. Now, earlier when where is it at? Captain Sisko said, or it said Tim and James, two skilled podcasters. It said two skilled engineers, so I changed it to podcast.
Oh, okay.
And then I added in the next line, let me go. Board the Rio Grande, equipped with podcasting equipment and the necessary modifications. I added podcasting equipment. It just said equipped with
Okay.
the necessary modifications.
Okay.
And then at the very end, when it said uh, Tim and James podcast together, it said they Tim and James walk together, reflecting on the adventure. And I was like, no, fuck that. We're gonna be podcasting.
Okay, gotcha.
And then it says they continue walking, ready to face. That's what I said. They continue podcasting, ready to face whatever. But the second I said like their podcast equipment, I knew that was gonna pop you. That fucking
It always does.
It fucking made, it was worth it. A little editing I had to do.
I've done a little bit of here and there too. It's fine. That's why it's written by us and ChatGPT.
That's right.
It's a joint effort. Yeah, but this is going pretty well. We should get like a phaser sound for when we fire the deflector array or whatever it was.
I think I have. No, I gotta look for one. Okay,
find one. Because I know we have like getting hit by a attacking ship sound.
I got the alarm, the teleport alarm, or the teleport sound, the background noise, and then I think that was it. So yeah, I need like a phaser noise, like a fire noise.
Yeah.
Or I do have one, I think, because remember in the first episode the ship was being attacked.
Yeah, but it's different from what.
It's a specific one.
Attacking. We're using the deflector dish. Yeah. Which, by the way, a lot of times whenever there's some kind of like spatial distortion or something, they always route something through the deflector array. It's like the end all be all thing.
We'll see it new.
Also, I'm very pleased that it actually not only does it just say runabout, it fucking names a specific runabout that they use in the show sometimes.
Oh, okay.
So that's
I just thought it picked the name.
Yeah. Like it actually is legit one of the runabouts they use in name. So that's
okay.
that is pretty good.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if we had already navigated. It ain't spoilers if you all listen to the episodes. I thought we already navigated Empok Nor, the new DS9, to. I don't remember navigating it to the spot. I just remember us taking it over. So when this one said that we were navigating through Nebula, I was like, oh fuck yeah, that works because we're putting it back in place or whatever.
It there might have been like a throwaway line like, hey, we made it,
yeah,
or something. I don't know. It's fine. These don't have to be like super cohesive because it is just kind of like, it's just a random journey with the TJU podcasters on board.
God, it's so good. I would love to hear that podcast.
Bad. Well, but we're making it.
So, and then I rerouted the energy to the deflectors. I remember, and then it's just us recounting what happened.
That's pretty good.
Oh fuck! Like, oh boy, today was a doozy. We were just flying through space, cool as always, and then we get Captain Sisko calls us. Oh guys, we need your help, and both of us look at each other like, all right.
And I would love to go watch a baseball game on the holodeck with Captain Sisko.
Oh, God damn. But wouldn't you want to be in it?
In the baseball game?
Yeah, isn't that something you could do?
I mean, you could, but there is an episode where they do play a baseball game.
I think I remember that, or is that later on?
It's in season 7.
Okay.
You probably see like an image, or it's one of my favorite episodes because it's fucking hilarious.
I remember when the holodeck people came alive.
That happens every show. It has an episode or two like that. Voyager has a couple. Next Gen has one with Moriarty from Sherlock Holmes. It's where the Data is Sherlock Holmes and Geordi is Watson.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah. Which they actually brought back Moriarty in Star Trek Picard season 3.
Oh wow!
As like a hint of, are we gonna find Data?
Is Data not on the show?
No, he is.
Oh.
But he died in the last movie in Nemesis, so they had to do some kind of like, all right, how do we bring it back? How do we bring Data back? Some shenanigans.
Yeah, for the longest time, I didn't know he was the fucking crazy doctor from Independence Day.
Oh fuck, he sure was, buddy.
I didn't know that. I was
Why he was always in makeup,
Exactly. Yeah, and then he has a beard and long hair, so like it just did not connect it. And then when I saw the second one, somehow the doctor survived, and I could tell it was him, and I was like, oh fuck! And then it dawned on me, I was like, oh shit, that was him.
Fuck yeah.
I didn't think he did anything else but Star Trek. Oh, besides, he was still one of his greatest roles was a shitty movie, but Master of Disguise. He was a bad guy who would fart when he laughed.
Oh, was he? I never saw it.
You never saw that movie? You never saw it?
No.
His name was what's his name? Fucking Alfredo Disguisey, and then he became Master of Disguise.
My favorite thing though is just learning that Dana Carvey was in the turtle outfit when they all saw 9/11 happen.
Oh yeah, that's right. You told
That
me
he
about
was
that.
literally the turtle man, and they were all sitting around watching it on the news. And like, wow, that's something you'll never forget.
Excuse me, I'll be right back. And then puts his head in the thing.
I think that's enough peeling the curtain back. I think they've gotten their fill.
Yeah.
We'll see you next episode of Star Trek TJU.